What is up, T
What
Cat?
is up? Welcome back. Uh,
How's everybody doing?
I hope everybody's doing great out there. I'm doing fine. Another beautiful day here from the homestead. Uh,
Another hot day. Gonna be another
yeah,
100 day.
all the grass is turning brown because we haven't had any rain.
It's
Start
crispy.
Started the summer, we had so much rain we didn't know what to do with,
Man,
and
it is
we've
crazy.
dried out completely. So
Yeah, you got there and walk around the yard, it just crunches.
we we got another big review lined up for you today.
Good day to sit
So
in the air conditioner and watch a movie. What do you
watch a
say?
movie for sure. Let's see what this wheel has in store for us. Popstar.
Will.
Never stop stopping.
What a title, dude. They just can't leave nothing normal. It has to be a double entendre with everything. These
Yeah,
guys, the Lonely Island
The
Boys.
Lonely Island. Another Judd Apatow movie. So
So many.
we we've done a bunch of those, it seems like.
I
Um
saw a random movie the other night that was an Apatow movie at the beginning. I was like, "What is this?" And it wasn't any movie anybody had heard from. That dude's everywhere.
he is everywhere. He wrote this one with obviously the Lonely Island crew. Uh,
You guys are
it,
funny.
it it's a funny movie to me too. So why don't this thing's the first time I've watched it, and won't be the last. But
No,
let's check this thing out and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Yo, it's Josh and T-Cat. Best believe that. Reeling in the truth. Stacking on the film stack. Popcorn popping. Critics keep talking. On this podcast, ain't no time for stalking. Real fine by me, we keeping it free. Josh and T-Cat, the hosts you wanna see. Movie reviews, jokes that ain't new. Keep it locked in, cause we know what to do. Lights, camera, action, movie main attraction. Critics we ain't, but we got that passion. Breaking down the scenes, funny like memes. Josh and T-Cat, man, living the dream.
All right.
and we're
So
back.
Pop Star, Never Stop,
Never
2000 and
stop. Never stopping.
Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Never, never, ever.
What a name for a movie.
I'm not gay.
2000, 2016. It opened on June 3rd. It runs 87 minutes long. Had a budget of 20 million, grossed only 9.6. This was a huge
I
flop.
know, dude. It kind
A
of went under the
huge flop.
radar, dude. It went so
Yeah.
under the radar.
Yeah, huge flop, which is probably why you haven't seen Popstar. We still ain't stopping two or something of that nature.
I
Um,
didn't even know like whenever this movie come out, when it actually was released, it's almost like there were so many other movies, I guess, that were coming out about that time, like the Seth Rogen movies, like Neighbors and those kind of movies at
yeah,
the same time, that this was a super funny movie. It just kind of
yeah.
skirted under the radar, you
I
know?
never remember it being in theaters, which is probably why it was only grossed 9.6 million
Yeah.
worldwide. I ended up catching it on the back end on a streaming service that it came on. I was like, I never heard this movie. It looks funny,
We
and then
rented it at
watching it.
home, like on like Xfinity back in the day. I remember it was
Yeah,
like one you could rent digital download before they had,
right.
you could just get movies in theaters at your house.
I think it caught a little bit of traction during COVID when everybody was at home just looking for something to watch, and people were binge watching everything that just happened to pop up. And then I think it kind of found a crowd at that point. To say it's a success, I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it's a success for these guys
Especially not for Andy Samberg, right?
and Judd
Um,
Apatow.
and Judd Apatow. So, just a couple things that I noticed. Chock full of cameos. It's got to be where most of their budget went. We got guys like Usher. These are just the ones I wrote down. Usher, Nas, Carrie Underwood,
Nas.
DJ Khaled, Questlove from the band Roots, Justin Timberlake, Michael Bolton, 50 Cent, uh, the now problematic P. Diddy, Akon, Adam Levine, Pharrell, Snoop Dogg, Seal. Those are just, and I'm sure there were more that I didn't write down. It was just a plethora of the music industry. Of course, this is a mockumentary about the music industry. So,
Yeah.
um,
The one that surprised me the most, and I bet he probably did it for free because they never could have like afforded him, and that was Nas. Because dude, he doesn't do. He's like a very
Yeah,
mysterious dude. Like even like whenever he was huge, I guess
yeah,
he's still huge, but I mean, you just don't see him like do interviews or nothing.
yeah. My thing is he's from New York, so with uh with Andy being on Saturday Night Live and stuff, they probably ran in the same
Brooklyn
circles a little bit and
Nine and stuff
all
like
that
that.
stuff. So
Yeah,
they
it's
probably
true.
knew each other, and that's probably how he got on there.
Yeah,
Couple little fun facts. The crowd footage from Connor's concerts were actually from One Direction concerts.
that's
Uh,
hilarious.
the questions,
They were huge then. That makes sense.
the questions they asked the rappers in the interviews, like 50 Cent, DJ Khaled, Nas, were to describe the Beastie Boys, but use the Style Boys instead of the word Beastie Boys.
Uh,
Um, the the lady who makes out with the one guy at the end of the Poppies, that's actually his wife in
uh,
real life. Um, Jorma, I can't
Jormy,
pronounce those.
yes,
Yeah.
a wild
Um,
name.
Hunter the Hunted is supposed to be a spoof of Tyler the
Tyler
Creator.
Creator, yeah.
Yeah, which you could see if you know Tyler Creator, you could see that for
That one
sure.
song he does is a bop at the beginning, man.
Yeah, it
And
is a
for a
good one.
second, yeah,
Tyrannosaurus Rex, I think is what it's called, right?
yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Um, a lot of features on the songs. Things in My Jeep features Linkin Park. You got Seal on some songs. You got Justin Timberlake at the end dressed up in his chicken costume. Michael Bolton, Pink. We'll cover some of the songs here before we get as we get through the movie.
I think
Um,
that's the funniest part is obviously the
and Connor was basically loosely based on Justin Bieber. So I
Justin
think
Bieber. See, I was thinking it was Justin Timberlake in my head, but I guess Justin Bieber makes more sense.
so. There was one thing that you can really tell back in the day. Justin Bieber went and visited the Anne Frank house, and he signed the book that said that he thought Anne Frank would have been a believer, which
Yeah.
is what he calls his fans. And then in this movie, they kind of make fun of it. And Connor goes in there and takes a crap in the toilet at the Anne
Oh,
Frank house.
it doesn't flush, does it, or something?
He goes, "Do not go in there."
Yeah. Oh God.
So Greg Kirsten helped write a lot of the songs in this. And just a little side note, he won a Grammy for Songwriter of the Year because he wrote "Hello" for Adele. So this is
So.
two sides of the spectrum
Well,
here
dude,
for
all the
sure.
songs in the movie are like they're
They're
really
good, yeah,
catchy. They're catchy, man.
yeah. They are good. The topics are a little crazy.
Yeah,
Before we, mo-
well,
I think before we move on, we gotta pay some bills here. We got a little
here we
ad
go.
read. Um, Before we dive in, quick shout out to our sponsor, W Energy Drinks. Just like the high energy, nonstop antics of Popstar, you need something to keep you fueled for all your wild adventures. With flavors like Pineberry Splash, Push and Punch, and watermelonade. That's a mouthful to say.
Watermelonade.
Yeah, W keeps your energy up and focus sharp. Head over to W.GG and use the code Fine by Me for 10% off your order. Perfect for those days where you need to keep going. Never stop, never stopping. So,
Fine by me.
so that's Fine by Me, all one word.
We don't know if it's all caps. We still can't decide
Yeah,
if that's. I don't even know
yeah.
if it matters.
So you got Connor for real, played by Andy Samberg, Owen and Lawrence, his sidekicks in the Lonely Island group, and like I said, a laundry list of cameos in this
Dude,
movie.
Akiva Schaffer, the guy that like goes like and works on the farm,
Yeah,
he has to be one of the funniest writers of
he
like
is.
dude, he look up Akiva Schaffer and his credited stuff and you'll see him everywhere.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
which he was. I think he was a writer there at SNL when
Yeah.
Andy was there. That's how him and Jerome.
But funny
Um,
guy.
they were both. That's how they kind of came
Started
about
a
making
Lonely
this
Island.
Lonely Island stuff,
Yeah.
which they've made huge hits on their own outside of the shorts they did on SNL. This
Mhm.
movie, they've made stuff on their own that has been really, really big as well. Uh,
They have that baseball on Netflix, the one where they play Mark McGuire and Sammy so and
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jose Canseco, dude.
That's right.
That one is
The Bash
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, the Bash
Yeah.
Brothers. Yeah.
And
Anyway,
so
Connor for real.
this is another one of those, hour and a half movies that you can sit down and
Fast
enjoy
movie.
pretty quick. It does move really quick. Um, they pack a lot in there in this mockumentary style. It's supposed to be like a documentary of Connor for real's life, and him
It
battling
falls
with it.
apart.
Yeah, him battling with his ego. He thinks he's the one that got the style boys to be so popular when it turns out it was the other guys that really kept him up. They were best friends growing up. They show you that at the beginning, everything. So, this is a lot to do. I think you can point towards bands like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, One Direction, stuff like that that have broken up over the years, and some of the people went off and did their own thing. Some of them were
Mhm.
more successful than others. Um, I think this kind of is a narrative that goes along with that and those and what happens in there, man. You touched on it. The songs in this movie are
Man.
so
I mean,
catchy.
it's a whole album. You got the list right here you
Yeah,
sent me, and
yeah,
it's a whole double-sided album of
yeah. You
songs.
can get this on. You can get the album on Spotify. It's got all the songs.
Apple, I'm sure too. Any of them,
Yeah,
I'd say.
you got and the one that sticks out to me is the equal rights one with Pink. It's so funny to me. He's talking about gay marriage and how they should be able to get married, and then every other line
He's
is
like
"I'm not
outside a
gay."
courthouse, walking
Yeah,
around, and then it goes like
not
then like
gay,
in clouds.
and it's clearly him writing a song trying to tell everybody he's not gay, even
But
though the
he's
song's.
yeah,
And then the funniest part about it is at the end I can't remember who it was. They were like, "Gay marriage is legal." What's this song even about?
right. I like the Bin Laden song.
Yeah, that
Like
one that
about
one's a little wild too.
and then like
Uh,
Emma Stone being like his like love interest, she's like the
yes,
crazy pop star that would be like I guess like Britney Spears or
right.
something like that, Just and they have that song together. That's like her and like them like I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah, it's "Turn Up the Beef" is the
yeah,
name of the
turn up the
song.
beat. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm
that
so humble. The Adam Levine song's a hitter too.
yeah. I was just looking through the Mona Lisa. That one's pretty funny. Why are people so obsessed with this? She looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Are
Uh,
you one of the Donkey Boys, T-Cat?
the I doubt it. I
Can you do the
probably not.
donkey roll? Do the donkey
Yeah.
roll?
The
The donkey roll.
uh,
Jimmy Fallon's
yeah,
a big donkey boy.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
dude, all those cameos too, all those night show, like talk shows they're on, like daytime shows and all that.
yeah, and then they end it by making their own new song, "Beautiful Thoughts," which with Michael Bolton, which is or "Incredible Thoughts," my bad, which is just a wild song if you actually listen to the
It
lyrics.
is a wild
It
song.
means absolutely nothing, um, but
Michael Bolton probably like, what did I sign on for this?
they do a great job of integrating the music that they've made to be funny into this movie and help push the narrative along. Um, the Basically you see Connor break it off with the Style Boys and try to be a success on his own. He releases an album that
A
was
story as old
super.
as time in the
Yeah,
entertainment industry,
yeah. He releases an album that was super successful. What come to find out that his buddies helped him that one was successful. The thing I thought was super funny about that, and they only show it for a split second, is the name of his first album is Thriller, comma also
So yeah,
like this is also Thriller.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
When he
kind
goes,
of rips off, and he's got such an inflated ego, right? Like
yeah,
it like shows him like after he has this release, like he's at his house and he's got the camera on him. He's like, "Yeah, man, going to get on there and check out the reviews on the new release of the new album." And he's like,
yeah,
"All right." So he's sitting down and it's like terrible, like
right.
-3 stars. And he's like, "Well, you know what?
We'll
Maybe
call it
that."
mixed.
Yeah, we just call it mixed reviews. Yeah, it's like what? He's just so like what is that word? in denial, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
of like
definitely
his
into that.
career, and he just doesn't want
My
to
one of
like
my
let it
favorite
go.
things is that the second album is called Conquest, a play on Connor,
Yeah.
but the picture of the album is clearly Hitler propaganda. He's standing with his hand up. It's
Yeah.
red. It's got a red stripe across it.
Conquest. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's called Conquest. I was
Yeah.
like,
I did
it,
notice that, obviously.
they
But
don't
yeah,
mention it or anything, but it is clearly supposed to be a spoof on
they're pretty good at
Nazi.
sliding stuff in
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
If
Which
you're
could be why it
watching.
didn't sell well, right?
What
You
about the
know,
dude that's out there, like Connor has this identity crisis, like after he
yeah,
realizes that his career's tanking, he's like a fraud. He thinks of himself as a fraud, and he finally
yeah,
figures out that his buddies propped him up and he was being an asshole for like all this time. So he tries to make amends with Akiva Schaffer's character. What's his
yeah.
name? It always leaves me.
Lawrence.
Lawrence. So like he's
Mhm.
like out farming. He's really growing
Yeah,
pot. He's
yeah,
got like he's like milking goats and all this stuff, and he's a terrible farmer. He has no
right.
idea what he's doing.
He
He's
keeps
just
getting shit
walking
on by a
around,
bird every time they
keeps getting
interview him.
shit on, yeah, and he's like whittling all these weird like he like whittled his own awards and stuff, and he's
In a
like out
mask.
there.
He's got that mask. He's like, it's still just me.
He's like, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "Are you all right out here?" And he's like, "What's going on out here?" But they end up making some beats and getting the crew back together. More or less, I guess. So
Brenda, what are you doing? I can't remember what the
it's
words
such
are.
a it's such a wild movie that like I think the first time I watched it, when I got done, I was like, man, what like the minds in the writer's room are just like sitting down having like read through this, like sitting down like a daggum table read before they even got the money to film this
Right.
movie. They were probably like, geez, Louise. And he's like, oh yeah, yeah, guys, listen to me. This is going to be a hit. And then it done what, $9 million or $8 million
Yeah.
dollars. Yeah.
It does have one of your favorite things, full frontal male nudity
The
and
best.
a
I love it.
little
The
little hanging dong action in the
the
middle of it.
stalker
Yeah.
that
Well,
we
no,
got.
the girl puts her boobs on the window and
Oh, yeah,
Connor's
he's
talking
in the
about it. And
limo.
another and then he's like, this is what you get, and all of a sudden it's some dude's laying there up there. And he signs it for him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
funny.
Uh,
Yeah.
which
Hey
is
man, can't
wild.
discriminate. Fans are
Yeah.
fans.
Which is wild.
Fans are
Um,
fans.
I do think I think Andy had a great uh, performance in this. He's very funny. The guys are funny. I
Hmm.
know this is probably considered a flop because it didn't make money, but I think it's a funny movie.
I think it is
Uh,
all the way through. If you're really watching, and like, if you're a fan of like other documentaries, like you have to, like, I
yeah,
guess you almost have to like be familiar with like watching other stuff to like, I
yeah,
guess get it. So I do get that part of it, but all in all, it's a pretty they're great at satire. So I guess
yeah.
satire is not for everybody either. It's a very, very smart type of humor, the whole movie, because you got to be watching and picking up on stuff to really get it.
I felt like maybe they sit you to your point, they sit down in the writer's room and they were like, we should make our version of Spinal Tap, which
Yeah,
is what this is, right? It's like a
pretty
newer version of
much.
that movie,
That's a
using
great
music.
reference, dude.
Yeah, using music from today instead of when Spinal Tap was made in the 70s.
Yeah,
They were using rock. Today, popular music is more rap and hip hop based.
great
So
reference.
that's kind of what I thought it was. That they wanted to make their version of that. Of course, Spinal Tap is a legendary comedic movie that
Yeah.
it will forever in this genre be probably one of the best mockumentary
Yeah, I
movies
would
of all time.
say like it's probably
Um,
like what everybody strives for. It's like the benchmark, of
yeah,
probably
for
what
sure,
people are shooting for. They definitely did this one. You can definitely tell there's some inspiration.
for sure. Um, I don't know if they should revisit this type of movies. Obviously, they probably are a little bit behind because they lost over half their budget. They didn't make back, so uh, they
Can't do a
probably
couple more
have
episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine for that.
yeah. Well, I'm sure the actors got paid no matter what. The
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't even know how all that works with
yeah,
percentages. It's because they're like producers too. So I don't know.
right.
They got some skin in the game. You know what I mean? Because they definitely had some
Yeah,
creative freedom on this movie. You
yeah, for
know,
sure,
so they
for sure
definitely
they
had
did.
some money in the game. You know, knowing from what just the little stuff we do. I know that if you want to have some, not be told what to do, you got to put your own money up.
That's right.
So
So, was there anything that you picked out of this movie that you really identified as being funny or
I
something that
think
you
it was super funny whenever he had the wolves at the photo shoot.
what was it about Seal that that caused wolves to go crazy?
He
Because
kept,
he said,
I
"I've dealt with
forget
this
what it
before."
was. Yeah, I forget what it was, man. But like they're like he's trying to win this girl back,
Yeah, Ashley
and
Wednesday was her name.
yeah, and he like has these gray wolves, dude. I'm talking like not like the wool or coyotes we have around here. I'm talking up no, middle of
Yeah,
Alaska wolves, like 300-pound dogs, you know. And he's like, "Oh, it'd be a great idea." And they start going nuts, dude. And still keeps no. I think it's him singing. Like it's just him
yeah,
singing. And like, please
yes.
stop him singing. So that trainer's like trying to get him to like, please get him to stop.
So Connor was on a run of bad publicity. He just released his album that didn't do well. They put it in all home appliances through this one company. So
Yeah,
when you opened up your
for the
refrigerator, you heard his
like the
songs.
U2. That's making fun of the U2 with
Yeah,
the Apple phones. I'm
yeah,
thinking,
that's exactly what it was.
yeah,
And eh, he was trying to get back on the good side, so he thought he'd propose to Ashley Wednesday, who was a big star in her own right at that point in time.
like joining two royal families
Right,
together.
right.
Yeah,
And then he continues with the bad publicity because Seal gets killed, and
yes,
then Ashley leaves him, and he's on a downward spiral. He goes from he goes to not filling arenas, and then they bring in Hunter the Hungry. Uh,
right.
what's
To
the
open
guy's name
for
that
him.
plays Hunter?
He's a comedian.
Yeah,
Lou. Hold on, I'll tell you real quick.
but he's
That
super
is
funny.
it's got Tim Meadows in it too.
Yeah,
He's
Tim Meadows. He's their manager.
like their manager. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Hunter the Hungry is Chris Red. He's a comedian as
Chris Redden.
well.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Red, Redde.
yeah. And then Hunter becomes this big success and ends up overshadowing Connor, even though he's opening for him. At first, they're really good friends, and then they play pranks on each other, and they kind of get out of hand, ending up with Connor on stage, butt naked, with his stuff tucked between his legs.
Doing the
Uh,
now I'm a lady. I'm a
yeah,
lady. Doing
yeah.
that old move.
Sarah Silverman's his publicist, and at the end of that, he's like, "I'm gonna go. You, I'm gonna just send out a picture of my junk." And she's like, "Don't do that." And he's like, "Well, how you gonna take care of it?" She's like, "I'm gonna take care of it, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Okay, you do that. I'm gonna go on my Snap story and just send a picture of my junk."
Right, just to show you he got a wiener. Everybody's like, "Oh no." Yeah, he just man. And what kills me is he like goes he's the superstar, but it's like over the top.
Right.
Kind of like Larry David in like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's like so he already does it without even asking the publicist. Like he's already done it, but he's
Yeah.
asking her what she's going to do to fix it.
Yeah. So it was a great movie for uh for what it was. If you went in and expecting it to be the best, I think you're probably gonna be sorely upset. But
Don't
knowing
have
what it
a high bar.
yeah. Yeah, and I also think it's one of those movies you have to watch a couple times to catch all the funny references and stuff in it.
Yeah.
I never caught the thriller also or the second album being Nazi propaganda the first viewing.
You
Um,
would definitely have to be
so
pretty, not really an expert, but pretty familiar with pop culture stuff.
yeah,
You couldn't just not know nothing about anything and say, I'm going to watch this movie and expect a
right.
Francis Ford Coppola film.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where you might want to watch the trailer first so you know
Yeah,
what's
just
going
see what
on
you're getting into. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just kind
for
of
sure.
prepare yourself.
Yeah. Well, on that lines, I've got a few reviews. You know, I like to see what the
There
world
can't be
thinks
any
of these.
negative ones, I wouldn't think.
Well, you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
So, um, start off on the good side. Wendy here says these guys are so talented. I can't stop saying that. I'm reviewing this in 2020, but it's so good. Please watch it. They have
COVID.
managed to portray the dark side of the music industry, music trends, and how bands break up, etc. The issue in society as well. All subtle, but of course, in true Lonely Island fashion, these guys are so underrated and they really need to get the recognition they deserve. Several cameos and great music. Unfortunately, not available in India, but nevertheless managed to stream it somehow. The Lonely Islands, you guys, we need another movie. It's 2020, maybe after the lockdown. That would she gave Wendy gave it 5 stars. Like I said, some of those came out. I think a lot of people watched it in 2020. Um, on the other end of the spectrum, 3 writers to take the blame for this. This so-called film made 87 minutes seem like 87 hours. A
Jeez.
comedy totally without laughs, artistic music, moronic characters, and Sandberg was clearly impressed with his own brilliance. I've seen a great many bad films, but this garbage is a clear contender for the absolute worst. 1 star.
Jeez. Well,
Well, Josh, we've heard what the world has to say. What do
I'm gonna
you have to say?
be it's I will agree with maybe you have to be kind of know what you're getting into. Kind of what the second guy said. So he was like Andy Samberg appreciated his own brilliance or whatever.
Yeah,
That's true. He's a comedian. You know what I mean? I get it.
yeah,
You know, you just want to. It's his stuff. His friends obviously they all think it's hilarious. It's going to be 20% of people are going to love it. 80% of people are going to be like, maybe it's not for me, and
yeah,
10% maybe whatever. So I give it it's a solid movie. It's not something I'd watch all the time. It's not something that I
yeah,
really am going to like stop if I see it on FX or something. If I'm scrolling through YouTube TV, I'm not going to say, hey, let's watch that for a little bit or just put it on because there's other stuff I think that is better for that. But it was good to watch it. I haven't watched it in probably a year and a half. We watched it a little
yeah.
while back with Chloe. She had never seen it. She likes Andy Sandberg, and we watched it with her. But it was fun to watch. I give it a 2.3. So kind of low, but not terrible,
That's
you know.
that's kind of fine by me. So yeah, I think you hit it right. I think what, and I'm not as harsh on it as the second guy we found there with the 1 star. Although I think he does have some good points here. Um, for me, when they set out to make movies like this, especially with a high level comedian as one of the writers, they seem to want to cram as many jokes in the background, in the front, in the foreground as they can, and that makes it way sillier than it probably needs to be.
Waters it
Um,
down a little bit.
yeah, so they're constantly adding jokes in. The DJ getting that big helmet and falling and doing all that stuff. Um, there's the hidden jokes like the album covers that we talked about. I think some of that stuff's fun. Um, they talk about a turtle for a lot of time in there. Maximus, his turtle. It's a lot of jokes per minute crammed in there that I think waters down the final production. And a lot of the regular public will probably look at that as not good. So, for me, I'm probably right there with you. I was 2.4. We're not far off. I do like this movie. I'm still kind of fine by me. Um, I'm not going to set out to watch it. It's not anywhere near top of the list for me.
It ain't Hot
But
Rod, that's for sure.
that's for sure. But I do like Andy Samberg, and I think he does some good stuff. So um, that's a review.
That's a real Fine by Me movie review. And if y'all have any more comedies that maybe
Yeah,
that we haven't thought like this maybe that kind of like went under the radar, any kind of
yeah,
movie really that is we has popular or bigger actors or writers in it that maybe is a little less known or a little less heard of. But that'd be cool
yeah.
because
We're definitely looking to add some more stuff on the
yeah,
wheel.
something a little different, maybe. We like we just said, we had a lot of appetite already. It just
Yeah,
seems to always land. But it's kind of right in our wheelhouse too, though. I guess that's
yeah,
the
for
kind of movies
sure,
we put on there because we
for sure.
picked them. Obviously, we just need a little feedback. Y'all can throw some in there.
Yeah.
We're all ears.
Well, we appreciate the time for everybody spending with us today. Um, don't forget to check out the Originator podcast,
The
Fine by Me,
flagship
the
podcast,
flagship podcast on
flagship
this network.
podcast
Uh,
comes
Fine
out
by Me
Thursdays.
on Thursdays, 5
Yep.
a.m. Get up, set your alarm, get up, watch the premiere at 5
Yeah, get up
a.m.
and
every
watch it
Thursday
before you
morning.
wake your family up. Get up and
Yeah,
watch
for
it.
sure. Do that. But
Thank y'all
again,
again.
we appreciate them. We're gonna get out of here and we'll see y'all next time.
Later, Gators. Bye. See you.